Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Physiology Behind the Condition. In this episode, we will be exploring the effects that epilepsy has on the endocrine system. Let's take a closer look at what the endocrine system is, what parts of your body make up this system, and how the hormonal changes in epilepsy affect it. The endocrine system is the collection of glands that produce hormones that regulate metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep and mood, among other things. The endocrine system is made up of the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the thyroid, the parathyroid, the pancreas, the adrenal gland, in women, ovaries, and in men, the testes. Next, let's talk about hormones. Hormones are your body's messengers. They travel through your bloodstream to tissues and organs. They affect many processes including metabolism, growth and development, sexual function, reproduction, and mood. As we discussed in our last episode, nerve impulses in your body are able to travel very fast and get a quick response. The endocrine system is slow since hormones travel through the bloodstream, although the effects are longer lasting. The endocrine system controls areas of the brain that are directly affected by epilepsy. Epilepsy influences the control center of the brain, the hypothalamic pituitary axis. This alteration of sex steroid hormones, including the production of luteinizing hormone, follicle-stimulating hormone, gonadotropin-releasing hormone, and prolactin. This also affects the concentrations and metabolism of its end products such as estrogen and testosterone. Epilepsy affects the endocrine system of men and women in many different ways. First, let's take a look at how women are affected. Women with epilepsy may experience menstrual disturbances, weight gain, ovulatory failure, and polycystic ovaries. Women often have menstrual cycle irregularities and may have increased risk of infertility or signs of hyperandrogenism. Amenorrhea is associated with low gonadotropic and estrogen levels and diminished LH response to GnRH. Premature menopause is characterized by cessation of ovarian function and elevated gonadotropin levels. This premature ovarian failure occurs more commonly in women with epilepsy. Polycystic ovarian syndrome is characterized by enlarged ovaries with multiple small cysts. Next, we'll take a look at how the endocrine system in men is affected. In men with epilepsy, the most common endocrine problem is altered sexuality. Both impotence with normal libido and global hyposexuality decline in both libido and potency are seen. It is estimated that 40% of men with epilepsy have low levels of testosterone. Seizures and epileptic discharges also affect sex steroid hormones. Several studies have shown that epileptic activity, especially mediated through the amygdala, alters reproductive function. This causes altered sex steroid hormone levels in both genders. The interaction between hormones and epilepsy for both men and women is very complex. Hormones influence epilepsy, while epilepsy affects hormones. Hormones generally do not cause seizures, but can influence if or when they happen. Some women with epilepsy experience changes in their seizure patterns at times of hormonal fluctuation. Many women with epilepsy see changes in the number or the pattern of seizures around ovulation. Estrogen can excite the brain cells and can make seizures more likely to happen, while in contrast, natural progesterone breaks down into a substance that can inhibit seizures in some women. Hormonal changes in men tend to be less obvious, but testosterone and breakdown products also influence brain function and may have an impact on seizures. Some of the older seizure medications lower the active part of testosterone. This can lead to loss of energy, competitive drive, mood, and sexual interest. Finding out if there are hormonal changes in people with epilepsy is very important. For both women and men, identifying hormonal influences on seizure patterns may lead to a better understanding of treatment options for seizure control. Blood tests of certain hormone levels and of seizure medication may provide helpful information. A neuroendocrine specialist is a neurologist with training in hormone disorders and their effects on brain function. On our next episode, we will dive deeper into treatment options for individuals with epilepsy and explore how another system of the body is affected by this condition.